A very good evening to all of you. So we have already discussed about the preparation of haloalkanes and from alcohols, in which we will discuss about the action of halogen acids, the reaction of phosphorus halides, and at last we have SOCl2, the thionyl. Now in this particular lecture we will discuss about the preparation of haloalkanes from hydrocarbons. Okay, from hydrocarbons, and we will also discuss some name reactions, and at last we will discuss about the preparation of haloarenes. Okay, so I have already posted a video on electrophilic addition reaction. So firstly you have to watch that video in order to get the whole idea about how we will prepare the haloalkanes from hydrocarbon, because this is an example of electrophilic addition reaction, and we will discuss some rules also. So firstly we have from hydrocarbon. Okay, from hydrocarbons, so by the action of halogen acids on alkenes. Okay, from hydrocarbon में भी हमारे पास फर्स्ट है from alkenes, from unsaturated hydrocarbon or from alkenes. So from alkenes we have, if I am taking the symmetrical alkene, so this is the example of electrophilic addition reaction. Okay, we have already discussed this reaction, electrophilic addition reaction. Okay, so if we have a symmetrical alkene, and we are taking a halogen acid, any of the halogen acid, and we will get this product, H over here and X over here. Okay, so both the carbon atoms are identical, or the alkene is symmetrical, so we will get a single product. There is no other choice. But if we have unsymmetrical alkene like this, propene, and we are adding HX, so now we have two possibilities. Okay, whether the H is added over here or over here. So we have already discussed about the rule known as Markovnikov rule of addition. So according to this rule, the negative part is X goes to that carbon which have lesser number of hydrogen atom, which is this carbon atom. So the major product is CH3CHX plus CH3. Okay, so this is the major product. But there is an exception. The exception is if the reaction takes place. Now all the reactions are taking place in presence of CCl4. But if we have peroxide, okay, only in case of HBr plus peroxide, we will get the opposite product. This is known as anti-Markovnikov addition. Okay, in case of peroxide plus HBr only. Okay, I will tell you how why we are taking only HBr. Why it is happening in case of HBr only, not HF, HCl and HI. Actually, in case of peroxide plus HBr, what is peroxide? Peroxide is O2 negative. Okay, that is this is peroxide. Okay, this group is known as the peroxide group. So in this case, we will get the opposite product, the anti-Markovnikov product. What is anti-Markovnikov product? The product in which negative part is added to that carbon which have greater number of hydrogen atom. Okay, so we will get in case of peroxide, this is known as peroxide effect. Peroxide, and only in case of HBr we will get this product, and the product is CH3 CH2 CH2Br. Okay, the negative part of the adding molecule, the negative part of the halogen acid goes to that carbon which have greater number of hydrogen atom, and this is known as peroxide effect. Now this reaction, we have already discussed the mechanism of the previous reaction, the electrophilic addition reaction. Now what is the mechanism of this particular reaction, the peroxide reaction? Actually it follows a free radical mechanism. Okay, the free radical addition reaction, which is the third part of the addition reaction. Firstly we have electrophilic addition reaction, second we have nucleophilic addition reaction, and third we have free radical addition reaction. Nucleophilic addition reaction we will discuss in the next chapter, which is aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. Okay, So there we will discuss about the nucleophilic addition reaction. Now, what is the mechanism of peroxide uh, peroxide plus HBr with alkenes? This follows free radical addition mechanism. Okay, so let us discuss that mechanism. Firstly, we should know what are free radicals. So free radicals are the odd electron species. Okay, so they will always undergo. We will get the free radical when homolytic cleavage takes place. Homolytic cleavage is what? If we have AB as a molecule, and we have two electrons over there. If the electronegativity of A and B is equal, ठीक है? If the electronegativity of A and B is equal, then they both have the equal capacity to attract the shared pair of electron. Okay, so we have two electrons over there. So the one electron goes to A and the second goes to B, and we will get A radical plus B radical. Okay, so only in case of homolytic cleavage we will get the free radical, homolytic cleavage or homolytic fission. In case of homolytic fission we will get the free radicals. Now what is the mechanism? The first step of the mechanism is the generation of free radical. Okay, so the first step is the generation of free radical. Mechanism of free radical, this is quite important. Mechanism of free radical addition. Free radical addition. So now what is the mechanism? The first step is the generation of electrophile. So I am taking benzoyl peroxide, or you can take any of the peroxide. So I am taking benzoyl peroxide, which is C6H5, C double bond O, and we have O over here. Okay, so this is the benzoyl peroxide. And this bond will cleave first. This bond. Okay, bond will cleave homolytically, and we will get two same groups, 2C6H5 COO radical. Okay, radical over here. Now this will again rearranges. Okay, in case of free radical reaction, only homolytic cleavage will takes place. No heterolytic cleavage takes place. So now in this again, this radical goes over here. Okay, and we will get a double bond. When there is a shortage of one electron, because a single bond contains two electrons, and we will have only one electron. So one electron goes from here, and the second electron goes to this. Okay, so we will get C6H5 radical. I am taking a single molecule. Okay, not the two molecules. Or okay, I am writing two, and here we will get C double bond O CO2. CO2 gas will release. Okay, now we will get C6H5 radical, phenyl radical. Now I am adding the halogen acid to it. Okay, so the second step is, this is known as chain initiation. This process is known as chain initiation process, in which we are initiating the reaction. Chain initiation. C6H5 radical plus HBr, because we all know that this reaction takes place only in case of HBr. So now this bond will cleave, homolytic cleavage, and we will get hydrogen and one electron from this. So we will get C6H6 as the byproduct, and now the radical is generated, Br radical. Okay, now the radical is generated, Br radical, and this radical will react with the alkene. Okay, so we have the second step. The second step is chain propagation. Okay, the chain propagation is reaction of CH3 CH, I am taking propene plus Br radical. Okay, so we all know that only homolytic cleavage will take place. So this bond will cleave homolytically. Okay, this radical over here. Okay, so now now there is no probability that this radical will attach over here. Okay, the mechanism shows that this radical have only one choice, to attach over here, not here. Okay, and we all know that the in that the 2 degree, ठीक है, 2 degree free radicals are more stable radical over here, and we will get single bond CH2Br. Okay, so this is the first step of chain initiation. Okay, here we have second chain initiation, and here we have the first chain. Here we have chain initiation, the second chain propagation, and this is the first step. The second step is, okay, these two steps are quite important. This is the slowest step. Okay, this is the slowest step, the attack of the free radical to the alkenes. Okay, this is the rate determining step. The second step is, again we have to take the second molecule of halogen acid. Now again this bond will cleave homolytically. Okay, so this bond will cleave homolytically, one electron over here and one electron over here. Now this one electron and H radical will form a bond. Okay, this H radical and this CH radical will form a bond, because we are having one electron on CH and similarly one electron over here, so they will form a bond and we will get the product CH3 CH2 CH2Br plus Br radical again generated. Okay, now Br radical is again generated, so that is why this reaction is known as chain reaction. Okay, because again this Br radical will attack on another molecule of alkene and this reaction is go, and again we will get another Br radical and this reaction will go on so and so forth. So that is why this reaction is also known as chain reaction. Chain reaction. Okay, so this reaction is also known as chain reaction, because at last we will get a radical which can easily start the other reaction. Okay, which will start the other reaction. But if we terminate this particular reaction, okay, we can also terminate this reaction, which is the third step of this reaction, and which is known as chain termination. Okay, in chain termination, these radicals will combine with each other, like we have Br radical combined with Br radical to form Br2. Okay, so these are the some chain termination reaction. Similarly, Br radical can also attack over here if we have this type of molecule. Okay, so there are some possibilities. So all the possibilities we are writing over here. Okay, so this Br radical can also. Okay, so these are the two chain termination reactions, and there are also some other reactions which are terminating, which are considered to be as terminating. Okay, so these two steps are the most important step: the attack of Br radical and again the attack of HBr. Okay, so now in case of HBr, why we are getting the anti-Markovnikov product only in case of HBr, not in case of HI, HF, HCl. Okay, so what is the reason? The reason behind this is these two steps are exothermic only in case of HBr. Okay, we all know that a reaction is favorable which is more exothermic, more heat is released. Okay, and because if more heat is released, if the reaction is exothermic, then the potential energy of the products is lower and stability will be more. Okay, so that is why these two steps in case of HBr, these two steps are exothermic. Okay, exothermic, both the steps are exothermic. And in case of HF and HCl, the first step is exothermic, heat is released in this particular step, but in case of second step, in case of HF and HCl, both are endothermic. And in case of HI, the first step is endothermic. In case of HI, in case of HI, the first step is endothermic, the A step. ओके, ए वाला स्टेप जो होगा वो एंडोथर्मिक होगा और सेकंड वाला जो स्टेप होता है बी वाला वो एक्सोथर्मिक हो जाता है. ओके, सो बट वी नीड बोथ द स्टेप्स एज एक्सोथर्मिक. दैट इज व्हाई peroxide effect is takes place only in case of HBr. Okay, so this is all about the reaction of halogen acids with alkenes with unsaturated hydrocarbon. Okay, so here we can also add the dihalogens to unsaturated hydrocarbons and we will get the product. Okay, so let us discuss that one also. Okay, the addition of Br2, addition of Br2 to alkenes. Okay, so this is also used as a test for checking the unsaturation, because when we react any unsaturated compound with bromine water, okay, bromine water is brown in color, so when we react it with an alkene, we will get this product. I am taking ethene over here, so we will get a 1,2 dibromoethane, and this is known as vicinal. Okay, because vicinal alkyl halide, ठीक है, और vicinal bromo ethane. Okay, we will get this product. So now how it is acting as a test, because if we react bromine with the unsaturated hydrocarbon, the brown color discharge and we will get a colorless product. The brown color of HBr2 discharged, okay, if we have a unsaturated compound. That is why this is a test. This is a test for the detection of unsaturation. For the detection of unsaturation. Similarly, we have KMnO4 test for the detection of unsaturation. Okay. So we will get the addition product as Br2. But in case of allylic compounds, okay, in this reaction is not this reaction takes place at lower temperature, not so high temperature. But if we have high temperature, this is the addition reaction. But at high temperature, addition reaction become reversible, okay, and substitution will take place. For example, in case of allylic compounds, allylic substitution reactions, we will also get the product, but the reaction takes place at higher temperature. The temperature is 773 Kelvin. So we are taking an allylic compound. Okay, now in this case, if we are adding Br2, we will get CH2Br. Allylic addition will take. Okay, allylic substitution will take place, and CH double bond CH2 plus HBr. The reason is 773 Kelvin. The reason is at high temperature. At high temperature. Okay, why the Br2 is not adding over here? Because at high temperature, addition reactions become reversible. Okay, so these are the two cases in which Br2 is added to unsaturated compound. So let us discuss how we will get the halogen acids, or we can say the haloalkanes from alkanes. Okay, now we are preparing the haloalkanes with the help of alkanes, and we have not discussed any of the reaction. We have not discussed any of the reaction which will give us the fluoroalkanes. Okay, so we have not prepared fluoroalkanes yet. So there is a method in order to prepare fluoroalkanes. We will discuss it now. So next we have from-alkanes by free radical substitution. Okay, this time we have substitution. We have already discussed about free radical addition. So I am taking the simplest alkane. We have methane, and we have to react it with let's say we have chlorine. In this reaction takes place in the presence of sunlight at high temperature, and the temperature is near about 600 to 700 Kelvin. So one hydrogen is replaced in each step. Okay, as we all know that free radical reactions are chain reactions. So again we have Cl2 and we get CH2, Cl2 plus HCl. Again it will react with Cl2 and we will get CHCl3, which is known as chloroform. And again the last hydrogen will also replace and we will get CCl4, which is known as carbon tetrachloride, and it is a very good non-polar solvent, and we have already used this solvent in electrophilic addition reaction. This solvent is also used as a fire extinguisher under the name pyrene, Pyrene. So this method is applicable in case of chlorine and bromine, and we cannot prepare fluoroalkanes and iodoalkanes with the help of this method. So fluorination is not takes place because the reaction is highly exothermic. The reason is this FF bond is quite unstable and the bond dissociation energy is very low. Low bond dissociation energy. The dissociation energy is very low. That is why a large amount of heat is released and the reaction become more violent. Okay, so that is why fluorination is not takes place. Thus, iodine cannot react because in case of iodine we have CH3I plus Hi. Okay, now the byproduct is Hi and it is a very good oxidizing agent. And it can easily oxidize CH3I back to I2 and the reaction become reversible. Okay, and we have to use some catalyst like we have H2O2 in order to get the product. So that is why this is not a favorable reaction. Okay, so these are the two exceptions, fluorine and iodine. Okay, so we have not discussed any of the method in which we can prepare fluoroalkanes. Now we have a name reaction known as Schwarz reaction in order to prepare fluoroalkanes. So we have Schwarz reaction. So Schwarz reaction is the reaction of iodoalkanes with the inorganic fluorides, like we have AgF. So general reaction is Ri plus AgF. Double displacement reaction takes place, Rf plus Agi. So there are a large number of inorganic fluorides. Okay, so firstly you have to write 2 lines about this particular reaction, that in this reaction we are reacting alkyl iodides with inorganic fluorides, like we have AgF, Hg2F2, okay, cadmium fluoride and etc. There are a large number of inorganic fluorides. Okay, so this is a single method in order to prepare fluoroalkanes. Okay, so we have another name reaction known as Finkelstein reaction, and this reaction is also known as halogen exchange, and this reaction is very important, halogen exchange reaction. So in this reaction we are using acetone as a solvent, and the reactant is sodium halides. Okay, and that halide can easily replace the other. Okay, that halide can easily replace the other, which is more soluble in the solvent. Okay, we have these reactants NaF, NaCl, NaBr and NaI. Okay, so the solubility of sodium halide increases as we go down the group in acetone. Okay, so there are 2 reasons why the solubility increases. The first reason is as we go from top to bottom, the size of anion increases. The size of anion increases. As the size of anion increases, the covalent character will also increase according to Fazan rule. Covalent character भी क्या होगा, increase होगा according to Fazan rule. We all know that as the size of the anion increases, the polarizability increase and it can be easily distorted. That is why the covalent character increases, and we all know acetones are covalent in nature. Acetone is a covalent compound. That is why NaI is highly soluble in acetone, and it can easily displace bromine, chlorine and fluorine from their salt or from their compound, like we have X plus NaI, and we will get in presence of acetone, we will get Ri plus NaX, where X can be fluorine, chlorine or bromine. Okay, similarly NaBr can easily replace chlorine and fluorine, and chlorine can easily replace fluorine, and fluorine cannot replace any of the halides. तो यहाँ भी fluorine नहीं बन सकता, and these two you can say NaF and NaCl are present as a precipitate. Okay, they can easily precipitate it, like if we have RF plus NaBr, then it can be easily precipitate as NaF, and we will get RBr as the main product. Okay, so the exchange depends upon the solubility of the sodium halides in the solvent. Okay, so now let's move on to the last method of preparation, and this method is very important. This is also a name reaction, and this method is important because we can also prepare haloarenes from this method. Okay, so haloarenes can also be prepared by this reaction, and this is known as Hunt-Sticker reaction. Hunt-Sticker reaction. So just I don't know the exact spelling, so you just check it once. तो एक बार check कर लेना the spelling of Hunt-Sticker. So in this reaction we have silver salt of fatty acids. Okay, so we have fatty acid. This is our fatty acid, carboxylic acid, and if I replace this hydrogen with silver, then we will get a silver salt, and we have to react it with any halogen in the presence of CCl4 as a reagent, as a solvent, and refluxing takes place. Okay, refluxing में होगा. What is refluxing? Evaporation followed by condensation, and we will get the product RBr plus AgBr plus CO2. Okay, so these are the two byproducts, AgBr and CO2. Okay, so these are the main methods of preparation of haloalkanes from alcohol, from hydrocarbons, from hydrocarbons maybe from alkenes, and from alkanes, and at last we have discussed three important main name reactions. So in the next lecture we will discuss some important methods of preparation of haloarenes. Okay, so I think this much is quite enough for this particular lecture, and thank you so much for watching.